A 31 I-team investigation uncovered flaws in the parole system and showed how violent inmates were being paroled early. But now there's a bill to let some convicted killers out sooner. WAAY 31's Brecken Terry is live in Florence to explain this bill and what victims have to say about it. Brecken?
The bill is specific to juveniles convicted of capital murder. Under the current law, it says that people convicted of capital murder as juveniles must serve a 25-year sentence in prison. This bill would lessen that to making them serve 25 years in prison. Now, right now, victims' families tell me that this bill is a step in the wrong direction.
You don't look at a 14, 15, 16, 17-year-old person to think that they're going to beat, stab, shoot individuals. They're the most heinous crimes, and they need to stay in prison.
But the U.S. Supreme Court disagreed. The harshest sentence for a juvenile is a life sentence with the opportunity for parole. Marianne Rippey's brother was killed in 1999. After the Supreme Court ruling, she worked with lawmakers in Montgomery to make sure juveniles convicted of the most heinous murders spend as much time in prison as possible.
And we worked really hard and compromised at 30 years if they're resentenced to life.
Rippey's frustrated because a lawmaker from Birmingham introduced Senate Bill 111. It would take 5 years off the minimum sentence and make it 25.
But I just don't see why he wants to, or any of them want to upturn everyone's life for 5 years.
On the phone, Senator Cam Ward told me it can take 5 years for an eligible inmate to actually get a parole hearing.
Due to the process and nature of getting that parole hearing, going through the process, it was really about 35 years before they got a final answer on parole.
Rippey doesn't believe him.
Time and time again, someone is released, or they're brought up for parole before they're supposed to be.
Now, Rippey told me she expects a 24-hour notice on when Senate Bill 111 will be voted on. She tells me she plans to be in Montgomery to share her concerns with lawmakers. Live in Florence, Brecken Terry, WAAY 31 News.
Thanks, Brecken. This comes after an extensive WAAY 31 I-team investigation into the state parole board. It started when this parolee, Jimmy Spencer, was charged with the murder of 3 people in Guntersville. During our investigation, we found several disciplinary issues that should have kept him from being released. We also found several times victims weren't notified of his parole hearings. Even the district attorney who prosecuted him was unaware he was up for parole.